The topic is food inflation. Do you support government control? Now, if you have been to the market lately, you already know the story. The price of food is the #1 topic and the #1 struggle in every household across the country. This is a national conversation, and today we're making it yours. We want to hear from you. What are you seeing? How are you coping, and what solutions do you have? This comes as President Tinubu has ordered a new committee to take swift action to slash food prices, a direct response to the crisis fueled by high transport costs and insecurity on our highways. But will it work? Can the government actually get these prices under control? Now, it's your turn to join this critical conversation. Give us a call now on the numbers displayed on your screen. Tell us, what's your experience? What do you think needs to be done? Let's talk. You can join this conversation by calling the lines on your screen, and also you can send WhatsApp messages on your screen. Now, this is the issue, the high prices of food in the market. This discussion has been going on, and President Tinubu just gave a directive, ordered that a committee should be organized to bring down the prices of food. Do you think this directive is going to come to life? Is it going to be implemented?
Well, that is one important thing that you just said. Is it going to be implemented? And when you look at the market in Nigeria and the way we conduct our businesses, especially when it comes to hiking prices, commodity in the market, when it comes to food prices and all, there isn't a specific way anything is being regulated at the end of the day. So with this directive, I hope that they would look at the landscape of the market in Nigeria and make sure that adjustments are being made, so that at the end of the day, a particular person can't just wake up in the morning and say, okay, I'm increasing the price of this, I'm increasing the price of this. And one thing about the market is, if one item has been inflated, the price has been inflated, it concurrently, follows suit. Other people follow suit with that, so that at least they can be on the same playing field with other people.
Well, we have
selling.
A caller now.
Yes, absolutely. All right, let's take our first caller. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us this morning. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
I'm Ali from Gombe.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My regards to all of you.
All right, thank you very much. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Really, we have heard what the government has said, but implementation of this kind of things may be a little bit difficult, in that what is supposed to have been done is all items, they should have been given some subsidies. And if the government did not give any subsidy to any commodity, or to any company, or to any raw material for production of such an item, the government may not have may not have the right, or may not have the urge to control the price, because individually they buy the item the way they get it, so they have to sell it so that they can make a profit. But if the government has taken away some percentage, a subsidy to the product or to the raw material, then definitely they have a control on the sales of items. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for that.
Hauwa, the government shouldn't just order the food prices to be down without checking these factors. There are critical questions to ask themselves before actually giving this directive. Something like factors like causes of food inflation. They have to check the causes. What causes this food? And we have many factors. We have the inflation, the supply of the transportation issue. Because of the subsidy, we use fuel to transport this food to the market. Before I continue, we have a caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
I'm Dr. Godwin. I'm calling from Maiduguri.
Dr. Godwin, go ahead. What do you think about this topic?
Well, what I am thinking is that there are fundamental factors that are responsible for this rapid increase in prices of food products in Nigeria. Aside any other thing, aside the increment in fuel price that metamorphosed into rapid price increase, there are factors on the road in the first place. Number one, there is high level extortion on our roads. Drivers go through a lot paying from one checkpoint to another. There are multiple people collecting money on our roads, and those who transport food products across the state are faced with this challenge. They have to pay high price of transportation so that they can settle soldier, police, customs, and just name them. So these are part of the reason why when they finally get the food to the market, the price is actually multiplied for them to recover the cost. Now, apart from that, we have so many bad road network. Transporters go through a lot of repairs. They spend so much money in repairing vehicle. The process of transporting food from the market to from the various places, from farm to the market and to the final consumer, is not so smooth. The roads are so bad. So you find it difficult. Drivers spend money. These are things that are adding cost to the food price. It's not just to come and say we are going to remove. How are you going to enforce prices of goods in the market? When I buy something at a high rate, I pay so much money for drivers to settle police, soldier, and so many on the road, and then you come and slash. You say you are slashing this. What the government should do is that government should first of all caution those people who mount roadblock to stop collecting bribe on the road. That will go a long way. The driver doesn't even need, when they pay less on that, definitely the price in their product in the market will go down. It's one of the ways. There are other ways the government can do too, apart from policy and so many other things. So this is my own contribution.
All right, thank you very much for that. When it comes to it, as you mentioned earlier, there are intricacies when it comes to, the food prices, especially when it comes to them in the market. And, from farm to table, that process, there are lots of steps when it comes to it, exactly, when it comes to the farmers having low input and low output as well as the insecurity that's affecting us in Nigeria. That in itself has reduced the amount of farmers that we have here in Nigeria.
No,
and then let's take our next caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from? Could you please turn off your television set so that we can hear you clearly?
Oh, hello, good morning.
Yes,
Can you
good
please
morning.
turn down the volume of your television set?
Okay. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name and your location?
Yeah, this is Usman. I'm calling from Lagos.
Usman,
good
thank you
morning,
for
Usman.
calling. What's your take on this issue?
Yeah, my take is that, like all the callers have rightly said initially, cost of transporting these food items down to where people will actually get them from the market. So first, what I want to say is
Go ahead. All right, I believe we lost that caller. Make sure you call us back so that we can hear your thoughts. So with that, aside from, the insecurity that's going on, that in itself does impact, the amount or the prices of food in the market. We have, as aforementioned, transportation as well when it comes to petrol, the inflation in prices as well, that does go hand in hand. Let's take our caller. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, Hauwa. Good morning, Maryam. Good morning, Trust TV. Good morning, Nigeria. This is Shetima Yakujima calling from Maiduguri.
Good morning,
Good morning,
Shetima. Thank you for
Shetima. Thank
joining
you for
us.
calling.
All right, go
Thank
ahead.
you. Well, I wait for my elder brother to come in, Abasheko, but it seemed that it was the network. So I want him, if he at all he make his solution, then I make my solution. But he didn't come in. Maybe it is network. Well, about the issue, honestly speaking, as many callers have said, petroleum price, if Mr. President wants to control the price of the market, the price of petroleum have to come down. That is one. And two, the price of petroleum is the one that causes high cost of transportation. And the high cost of transportation also hits the price of commodity at the market. And secondly, they have to sanitize the security checkpoint. And the security checkpoints, where they are collecting money from the transporters, and also at its end at the neck of the customer. And that, unfortunately, I think they have to revive the cooperative. If at all they want to see the price come down, government have to revive cooperative. The cooperative that we know, when during military era, you will find commodity at the market, you find it in the cooperative, it's more cheaper. So government will give like giving away price, so that this is they will add an assistance towards the citizens of Nigeria. And thirdly, so importantly, religious leaders have to come in to preach to people. People should know that these marketers whose profit it is forbidden under the religion laws. I know most profit under Islamic laws is forbidden. You cannot buy something at the 50 naira. You come and extort people, sell to them at 200 naira. It will not work. I have the belief all religions, they will not accept that. And they also have to waive off multiple taxation. Multiple taxation also increase the prices of the goods. So I think by the time government takes this step, I think we will see a relief. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you, Shetima. He made a point there, but rather than this directive, I feel like it's just providing a temporary relief, not a very sustainable solution to this issue. Like we said, if you want the price of food prices to go down, you just have to take care of the root causes. And the root causes we all know, like we mentioned, transportation, bad routes.
Absolutely. Well, let's hear from our next caller. Hello, good morning, and thank you for calling in. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, I am Yisho Aliyu, economic analyst.
All right. Good morning. Thank you
Good
for
morning.
joining in.
Thank you for calling your show.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead. What's your take?
Yeah, I'm fully in support of what government has decided to intervene in trying to establish a fair pricing policy.
So as an economist, how do you think that could be possible?
It's possible by the elimination of taxes. Once taxes that are unwanted are eliminated, definitely there is going to be a change of model by the businessmen who are transporting these goods around the country, because there are orthodox approach to stabilizing prices and there are unorthodox approach in approaching prices. In Nigeria, because of where we transport goods, especially from the production zones to our market, we realize because there is change in price of PMS, there are other changes that in transport cost as far as cost of maintenance of vehicle are concerned. So the next approach is to intervene in trying to look at the cost of maintaining transport facilities and also to improve our road, because efficiency is what will definitely put another efficiency in different segments. So I think it's a good approach, but also we have to be more careful, and government also has to be more attentive to listen to the output that we are going to have in the next 2-3 months, because 2-3 months will determine the peak consumption of product, especially during the festive seasons as it is approaching.
All right. Thank you very much for that, for your contribution.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
So, with all the factors that should be considered, this, directive should, I believe, should be taken with all seriousness, because if everything is being analyzed properly and all the intricacies of, making sure that these food prices are reduced, because at the end of the day, a lot of people are going through it when it comes to, trying to afford a meal in a day. All right, let's take our next caller. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning, Hauwa. Good morning, Maryam.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It is so funny because later on. Oh,
Are you
Yes.
there, Isman?
Go ahead.
yeah. So what I was saying is the factors really, because there are so many reasons why, high cost of food is being in place. Now, the transportation system in Nigeria doesn't work very in the sense that we move goods from the farm onto the market. Now, in Lagos now, most of the markets around Lagos, there are these people that are around collecting money around from these people selling things in the market. And the thing is, when you start collecting money from those people, it still goes down back to those goods. You want to if I'm paying something for maybe 500 these people come around, they put them, I think what they call it, they go around collect money from all these people selling things in the market. There are ways that if you someone in the market, there are ways you can collect your revenue. There are ways you can collect your tax, not by selling people, exporting people, and with that by the side. Now coming back to the way the transport system in Nigeria, it's not just by moving this goods from the farm, market, or the various states around Nigeria. There are other good, proper ways, safe.
All right, I believe we lost our caller. So if you have anything more to add, make sure you call us back so that we can hear from you. So go ahead.
Okay, now, I was talking about the considerations, what government should consider before we got this call. Like I mentioned earlier, I said the government should prioritize sustainable solutions that address the root causes, not the temporary relief, because this is a temporary relief, Then collaborations with international organizations, with private sector's partners, that's very important, and civil society can help leverage resources and expertise to address food security challenges. Then the third consideration, what they should consider is data-driven policies and interventions can help ensure that resources are targeted effectively and that progress is tracked over time. Because even if this is implemented without checking the root causes, it's just like you're just giving a temporal, it's just for a few days.
Building a house without a foundation.
Exactly, and I don't even think with the way Nigeria is, Nigeria is very large. I have many markets, we have many traders. You cannot just call, it will not even give that price stability we want, because you cannot tell a trader that suffered to get his goods from the farm to transport it, and with the bad road,
all the way to the market.
Yes, all the hurdles and the excruciating, struggles. Then you tell him that this is the price. No, it's not done that way. Where he's selling to get profit, And what happens if he doesn't get that profit?
Absolutely. There needs to be a way where each and every step when it comes to from farm to table, there has been an ease when it comes to, when it comes to selling your produce, when it comes to selling it, to wholesalers, and then from the people buying it at the market as well. There should be some sort of threshold when it comes to pricing in Nigeria. Some other countries, they do have a way that they regulate prices in the market. That's why there isn't incessant inflation, especially when it comes to food prices. And with a little bit of regulation and looking at the root causes, as you said, that in itself would help in making sure that everything is stabilized without having constant fluctuation in the market.
Yes, Hauwa, and there's one thing again that the government needs to do to regulate, not regulating or try to, I don't know how it is to be done, but I'm very sure it can be like done. The retailers that hoard food, like keep food for a very long time, we have them a lot
to
in
wait
Nigeria.
up until the prices shoot up, then they bring it out of storage.
That is it's one of the major reasons for food high prices of food. If that can be checked by the government, and once you are guilty of that, they should charge you of some sum or something like that, we will have like a little bit of stability in the food prices in the market.
Absolutely, an example or a deterrent to those that actually do that. Storing food and keeping it up until the prices are driven up high. The prices are driven up high. That in itself is quite disappointing, I would say, because a lot of people are out there barely making it to be able to purchase the food that they would be able to eat in a day, and making it more making it harder for people to be able to survive in the current biting economy in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So having a very seamless, should I say, strategy in making sure that they nip the bud when it comes to the root of the cause of this matter.
Yeah, and also critical questions, like we say, when the government gives a directive like this, there are some critical questions to be asked. I don't know if they have asked themselves about this, but we will. That's what we are analyzing.
Well, since
it
the
right
directive
now.
has just been given, we'll have to wait and see if their plans that are going to be laid out, to make sure that they do have a hang of making sure that these food prices have been reduced.
Yeah. Then aside the causes of food inflation that needs to be taken care of, we have effectiveness of government interventions. Now, they have given the directives yesterday. How effective would the implementation be? Things such as price controls and subsidies, effectively reduce food prices, or will they have unintended consequences? We don't even know if there is a consequence to this. What are the retailers and the wholesalers, what consequences will this directive be to them? We don't really know. So I think they need more awareness, more explanations about these directives, so that they can do things accordingly from their end.
Absolutely. All right, we're still on it. Make sure you call us in on the numbers displayed on your screen. We're talking about food prices. Do you think that it is a good idea that for the government to have control over it, to make sure that food prices are being driven down, go down in the market, so that it can be much affordable to the everyday in Nigeria? And make sure you call us in. We'd like to hear from you, because at the end of the day, your voice does matter. So make sure you call us in. The numbers are displayed there. If you can't call us in, the numbers for that you can send a WhatsApp message are on there, so that we can read out your thoughts. But with these food prices, Maryam, it's quite devastating when you go today to the market and you would get one price, and then when you go the next day, not even the next day, a couple of hours later, and then the price has been changed as well. Yeah,
but thinking about it, Hauwa, now, there is a you understand, there's a pros in the government, as it checks price stability and it protects low income household if this is implemented.
All right, let's take our next caller. Hello, good morning, thank you for joining us, and what is your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, Hauwa. Shetima Kudima back again.
All right, thank you for calling us back.
Shetima.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Honestly speaking, there is one vital point that blew over my memory. The issue of security. If at all government did not provide security at our farms, unless the farmers have adequate security to till the soil and produce these crops, all arrangement will not be possible and it will not be achievable. We will not achieve what the government planning for. Unless if the farmers get adequate security and produce more food, that is where the price will fall down. And also, I sincerely appreciate Maryam, the way she talk on stores. These stores have contributed in a very big way towards hiking and towards pushing the prices of goods to be very high. Because they bought the good when it was cheap, they saw it in the store. When the price pick up, then they bring it out and sell. And there is danger in that. Sometimes, unknown to them, they put the goods in the store, they will get expired. They lose a nutritional value. By the time they bring them out, it has become a poison and they sell to the people. So government have to take action on that. So we are this move is a very good move, but they have to be very careful, checkmating all the angles. But we are praying for them to succeed towards this direction, so that Nigerians they have relief. Thank you so much, Highness.
All right, thank you very much, Shetima. Yes, for your point of view. I believe we have a couple of WhatsApp messages right here. This one is from John from Abuja, and it says, "Good morning, Trust TV. The government knows exactly what to do to crash the rising price of all food commodities in the market. There was an action that led to this ripple effect on commodities. The cause of this price increase is the high cost of fuel and transmission and the devaluation of the naira. It will be hypocritical for the government to enforce price regulations when businessmen and women are buying their goods at a very high cost. The government should do the needful by bringing down the government price of fuel and stabilize our naira. Then automatically the price of these items will crash." Thank you very much, John, for that. I believe we have another caller on the line.
Hello. Hello,
Yes,
good
hello,
morning.
good morning.
Thank you for calling. Your name and your location, please. Hello, are you there?
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I am from Nigeria.
Your name?
Name is Muhammad.
Okay,
All right,
Muhammad
thank you
from
for
Niger
calling
State.
in.
Thank you for calling. Go ahead, please. What's your take? We lost the caller, I think.
All right, we lost our caller at this point. All right, we've already taken a message from John. All right, we have a message from Nansat from Jos. It says, "Good morning, Trust TV. First, the inflation of food price is totally condemnable. However, we must consider the following factors: cost of food production, which includes fertilizer, herbicides, cultivation, harvest, etc. And second, cost of transportation, especially with the removal of oil subsidy. If these factors are tackled by government, then we can condemn the inflation as stated above. But if that is not so, then government has no right to control food price. You cannot take ownership of what you do not produce." Thank you very much, Nansat from Jos. All right, we have another message from Yola.
We have from Muhammad from Yola Adama State. He says, good morning, Trust TV team. The issue of food price control in Nigeria cannot work, despite the fact that the government didn't put subsidy on transport, farm, implements, and fertilizer. Thanks. That's what Muhammad from Yola said. He wrote us from Yola.
Thank you very much for that. All right, we have another caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from? Hello, good morning. All right, I believe we lost that caller. Make sure you call us in before we go at this moment. All right, looking at, the responses that we got from different, viewers, you'd see that everyone is on a different page. But
yes,
let's take our caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hello, good morning. All right, we've lost.
Oh, we didn't really lost the caller.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Niger.
All right, good morning, Ismail. Go ahead.
Yeah. You see, the issue of government control of food whatsoever. Truly, government is not really targeting the most important issues. I'm also a farmer. Presently, how much I buy fertilizer? I just bought fertilizer, 50,000 naira 5 bags. 50,000 naira 5 bags. Herbicide is ranging from 5,000, 7,000. The least you can get is 3,500. Nothing government has done all about this. So a farmer that spent a lot of money to cultivate his farm, at the end of the day, you are controlling the food. The price of the food. How do you expect such farmer to survive? Let's even assume the farmer gets a loan. How do you expect him to pay the loan back? So what government would have done initially was to control the price of herbicide and all other things that directly have to do with the farming process. So by so doing now, to be very candid with ourselves, the federal government is not helping farmers. Truly, let's be sincere with ourselves. May God bless Trust TV, may God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that.
This is saying instead of supporting the farmers, especially with loans, it's better to subsidize, all the things that are used for farming,
imports,
especially fertilizers. It's a cycle. The farmer farms his product. Okay, we have a caller. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Hauwa.
Arwa calling from where?
I'm calling from Kogi.
Arwa from Kogi State. Thank you for calling us. What's your take on this topic today? Okay. Can you turn down the volume of your TV set? We can hear us from here.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you. Go ahead.
Okay. Where I'm coming in, if government wants to take control of food production, that is good. But in my own view, let the government ask them first. They are not in any form into production. The state governments are not producing for the state, they are not into farming. The federal government is into farming, and all of a sudden, come up, you said you want to take price control production. It is very, very hard. Secondly, if only government is into farming and they are producing, maybe they are producing 70% of what the country is producing. By that percentage, government can take control of that and they can stabilize. But when government is coming to do it, like what they like to do, the price of fertilizer is on the high level. The chemical is on the high level. Even some of the farmers go as far as renting land to farm on. Yes, fuel issue is another issue that is in the lot of things. Most of these things are public to control. And they want to control the price. As a real human being, what are you going to do? Like today, if you go to Benue, or if you go to, let me use the same Niger State as an example. We have never for history one clear that today in Niger State government, they have produced our African rights, mainly for the government, and this is the price. And if that is done, the farmer being supported will come up with the profit. Then what do you think that maybe somebody go to farm on this one, cultivate the land, take a loan from any of the market plants, produce this thing, able to help people, and don't take out to control? Do you think that is okay? So the government should think of what they do, not to give the loan or the agriculture to people that are not able to farm. So if the government wants to help us, we have almost our 7 states, including the capital state. Then let them all their state government to go into farm production. And if we can get to that 30-70% from the government aspect, and anything they want, anytime they want to control the price of goods, it can be done immediately because they have the lion's share of what is coming to the market. Go to other countries where family is also with government orders, with government production, and they have other people that is supporting the government in putting their production out. But in our own case, it's not done. It's just like somebody gets off on me and now okay, this is what I see, and just to tell it to people to follow. So in my own view, if government want to control price of goods in the market or whatever, they all should also go and urge their own people to come up with goods that we can have, like what happened in this part. That's why the father has done that. The era is somewhat in the system, but they can also do it. Thank you. This is my.
All right, thank you very much for that.
Okay.
So how that said, like you said earlier before this call came in, many of our callers were talking from a very diverse point of view, but it all boils down to one thing. The government, instead of implementing this, should check the root causes and should help out with subsidize some certain things to make production of the farm produce very easy, and not too rigorous, from the farmers to the wholesalers to the retailers and to the final consumers.
Absolutely. All right, with that, we've come to the end of this segment.